morning, and welcome to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Relationship Tuesday, and we're here to open your mind. We are living the good life right here on WBOK 1230 AM. We are opening minds to living differently in the world with love, compassion, tolerance, and understanding. Whew, Lord, for ourselves and everyone else. We do that right here weekdays at 11 a.m. You never want to miss a show. Lord have mercy. You don't know what's going to come out my mouth today. Y'all, it's Relationship Tuesday. I have my two favorite co-hosts in the studio with us. We have our relationship therapist, Henry Bolden. He's our resident one. He's here. He's always here. He holds it down for the gentlemen. And, of course, we have a brand new co-host. Well, not brand new, but she basically is. We have broken her in one good time, and we had a fabulous show. I had so many people call in and talk about the show and send me emails and stuff like that. So I was really excited that you all enjoyed it, and I know that you will continue to enjoy it. Her name is Dr. Tammy Wilborn. Dr. Wilborn. She will tell us about, your practice. And then Henry. Because everybody after the last show was like, what are their phone numbers? What are their phone numbers? So I want to make sure you give it out at the beginning of the show, the middle, and the end, just to make sure everybody gets your phone numbers. So Dr. Wilborn, ladies first, give us some information about you and how people can contact you. And then Henry, we know you're such a gentleman. We'll have you go after she finishes.
Yes, well, good morning, everybody. So the name of my practice is Wilborn Clinical Services. Wilborn Clinical Services is a practice that provides 4 key professional clinical services, mental health counseling being one. Oh, sorry, they can't hear me. Mental health counseling being one, so I provide mental health counseling to children, adolescents, adults, along a range of different issues, things that people come to counseling for. The other thing is clinical supervision, so for folks that are looking to be licensed as professional counselors, I also provide clinical supervision for licensure. The third thing that Wilborn Clinical Services provides is continuing education workshops and trainings, and under that strand is the Black Women's Wellness Conference, which I'm really, really excited about. That's coming up in January at the People's Health Jazz Market. And then the last thing is consultation. So I provide consultation to local businesses, schools, agencies that are looking maybe to either implement clinical programming in their programming, or they're maybe looking to enhance what it is that they're doing already. So those are the 4 key things that we do at Wilborn Clinical Services. So the way you can reach me is area code 504-509-3995. Again, that's 504-509-3995. Or you can go on the website at wilbornclinicalservices.com.
Yes. Call her. And Henry, it is Henry Jolly, and I said Henry Bolden because he is from Mondays, but I'll tell you why I said Henry Bolden, because he was on my mind. But Henry Jolly, our resident relationship therapist. Henry is in the building. Good morning, Henry.
Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing?
We are blessed.
Good deal, good deal.
I'm ready for you to give the information. You give it up for the guys. You give it up for the ladies. I already know there's going to be a show. Go ahead, Henry.
All right. So, yes, I am the provisional marriage and family therapist. Phone number is 504-259-8671. You could also reach me by email at henry.jolly@yahoo.com. And other than that, pretty much it.
You are who you are.
That's it, yep.
But Dr. Wilborn and I were having, or the three of us were having a conversation after last week's show, and we said it's so important that Henry has his voice, because you do, have members, men in the Black community, you're kind of anti-talking, anti-counseling, but to have, a gentleman who isn't necessarily always, in a suit, Henry, lay back in a polo and some, jeans or, some khakis or, some shorts or whatever it is, he just gives you a different vibe, and so it's not an uncomfortable conversation. And y'all know Henry will put it in a sports analogy and a car analogy, and you're laughing, but that resonates with a lot of men. So, we're really glad to have both of you here and to have your voices here. Now, yesterday and y'all have to stay with the entire week. That's how the Good Life works. It's an entire week. We work theme by theme throughout the week. The theme for the week is new beginnings. And so last week, we did Motivation Monday. We had a business here talking about his process. We have new things coming. We have new T-shirts coming. I'm really excited. The Good Life Radio Show T-shirt line is coming out. We have all kind of new things. We have a new beginning for the show, new co-host, new all kind of stuff. So we motivated everybody. We heard a little bit of Eric Thomas. And yes, we're ready. But Henry said something toward the end of the show, and I was like, I'm going to have to bring this up to my clinical psychologist, my therapist tomorrow, because, I need them to break this down. He was like, yes, new beginnings, but to have a new beginning, what must you have right before that? Closure.
Right.
And both of them are not in the head. You have to have some sort of closure. Whether it be, and we spoke yesterday, do you need the other person? He was like, absolutely not. You don't need the other person to have closure. So I'd like both of your opinions on that. And how do you walk in that closure, especially with relationships these days and, just all the things that go along with that? Because a lot of times you don't get closure, or that person isn't offering you closure, or they just stop talking, or, they go out of town, they move, or, they just hop into another relationship and don't want to have a conversation, or they don't give it to you. And so how just how do you feel like that works? Whoever wants to jump first.
I guess excuse me, I guess depending on how the relationship ends, it depends on if you're going to get immediate closure or if it's prolonged. I've always felt that when you're in a relationship, you should do everything in your power to make it work. That way, when it doesn't work, you have no regrets. Mm-hmm. And I'll use a bit of self-disclosure, I've probably stayed in some relationships too long, mm-hmm. but I was cool with that, though, because I knew that once it's over, I don't have any feelings. I put it all out on the table. It right. didn't work. No problem. Yeah, I might have got my butt whipped, but, hey, I could take it. So, that's my philosophy. So, I feel like you get closure when you know you've done all you can do. Mm-hmm. And whether that other person moves on quickly or whatever, or if y'all just stop talking abruptly, you've done everything you could possibly do. So that's how I feel about closure. What about you, Dr. Wilborn?
I think for me, when I think of closure, one thing that I always like to be clear about is that all relationships come to an end, whether by choice or design, all of them,
right.
at some point. And so I think having the mindset that having that as a principle and understanding that is the case is just a principle that I like to live by. And I think it comes from being a counselor and knowing that our relationship is time limited. So rather than focusing on the end, let's focus on the fact that we're here together and we're going to do this work. As it relates to relationships, I think it is important to recognize that you don't always get the closure from the other person, or that, people who are seeking to have closure from the other and they're not getting it. Sometimes they do, like Henry said, they kind of prolong the suffering, or they prolong whatever it is that is impacting them about not having that closure, when they can, without realizing that you have to be the one to decide when the closure happens, or if the closure happens, and not really having or waiting for somebody else to provide that for you, but recognizing that if you've come to the end, I think it is a helpful thought to think, if you've done all that you can do, you can be okay with it. But at the end of the day, you have to be the one to recognize when the end is there.
Right.
And whether that person acknowledges it or not, you're moving on.
Right, right. Well, I have I guess a scenario to ask you about, because, and I truly believe this, and I've honestly only been mature enough to probably do it in the past couple, relationships to be, to give my disclosure, to sit back and watch, especially in the end, and to not, maybe for the first week, your heart's torn, like, what is the deal, or what is it, but to be able to sit back and watch and let it play out and see what happens. And for those of you who pay attention week after week, one of the things that God has shown me is to be still. Be still and let the events play themselves out, and let you generally get more information than you ever wish you could have. Actually, my oldest sister gave me that bit of information, said, when you break up, you get more information than you ever thought that you would get, and they're going to reveal themselves as to who they were. Because a lot of times people are, portraying themselves as one thing in a relationship. And they can only keep that up so long. And then, you start having your problems and then you break up. And then you realize that after watching them maybe date or just how they handle people or, how they do business or whatever. It might be somebody in business. It may not even be a partner. Right. But how they do business, you're like, I'm so glad that I'm not in that space anymore. And I'm able to sit back and watch and be like, thank you, Jesus, that's not me anymore. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, have you found that you get more information when you're just still? Because when you're still arguing, like you said, you're prolonging it. Yeah. And you still have that connection. You still have that agony. But when you're able to just sit back and watch and you can look through a whole new lens, I think that's a different level of closure that you never thought that you were going to get. You get people accidentally telling you stuff. You get, just phone calls. You get, social media is a beast. You get, all kind of stuff. You may get a letter in the mail that shows up 2 weeks later, that says something, whatever it is or however it happens. And it may not just be relationships. It may be business. But when you're able to sit back and watch, you get more information than you ever thought you were. And so I think that's another level of closure.
Well,
Henry?
I would hope that when you're in a relationship, you really care. Sorry. You would really care about the person that you're in a relationship with. A lot of times we Disneyfy the people that we're in a relationship with. But at the same time, once it ends, I always felt like that's how you find out who the real person was. Not that you're keeping tabs on them, but of course you hear certain things or you may see certain things. And man, I've learned so much from people
after the fact.
Like when I'm not with them, like you said, business partners, friends, girlfriends, whatever it is. Even family members, like when you're not when you're not really engaged with them anymore, you could, you still will hear certain things like, wow, man, that person, it's unbelievable. Wow. Yeah.
So, I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it.
And it's hard to see.
I think I may have to give a scenario. I cannot believe it.
Yeah.
I cannot believe it. Go ahead. Henry. I cannot believe it.
Well, put your hand in front of your face too close. You can't really see much. But when you back it up, you can see a whole lot.
Henry.
So, I look at it like that.
Henry.
Yeah.
Say that again, Henry.
If you put your hand in front of your face too close, you really can't see much. All you can see was directly in front of you. But if you back your hand up, you could see all of the little designs and all of the, I don't know what the lines are called in your hands, but you can see so much more.
Like the imprints, I guess, or whatever.
Yeah.
All that. That's, Henry, that was profound.
Hey, I winged that too. I thought of that off the top of my head.
I like that. I like that. So,
right.
Dr. Wilborn.
Well, I think, the point is definitely well taken that when you are able to step away from a situation, you gain more information. I do think that there are times when you learn new information about a person when you're no longer with them, but oftentimes you just learn more information because a lot of times what you see afterwards is what you've seen before.
Right, you probably saw that before and ignored it.
And it was cute before.
It was cute
or it was like, oh, that's not that bad, or
Exactly, and because you wanted that person, to be in relationship with you, you chose not to acknowledge that it was already a hand, right? Because it's a hand, whether you can see the lines or not. You pull your hand back, you can see more about that hand.
Right.
And so I think a lot of times people, they show you their hand when they're in relationship with you, and because we want to be with whoever it is that we want to be with, we tend to ignore and not acknowledge that the hand has lines and has wrinkles and it has all this other stuff. And so I think
dirt.
Yeah, exactly.
Dirt on that hand.
Exactly. So I think it's really one of the things that I always ask folks when they talk about relationships and they're sitting across from me, I explore with them, did you see any signs before? Very, very rarely do people say to me post-rape breakup, oh, I didn't see it.
Right.
They saw it. But they chose not to see it because they wanted whatever they thought they were getting out of that relationship.
You know what? I will say this. We have to go to the break. I think sometimes, and I've had this conversation with a couple women recently, so of course it's from one side, and Henry will give us the other side on the other side of the break. Or you should follow us on all of our social media platforms. We are live on Facebook and we are live on Instagram. But, when you're able to, I lost my train of thought. I don't think that we can, when you think you're a certain type of person, you can't conceptualize the levels that other people will go to. Because you think everybody's nice like you. Or everybody will be respectful like you. Or everybody will be trustworthy like you. Or everybody's going to be honest like you. And then you're like, there are next levels of this.
Right.
That you can't even comprehend, like next levels. So we're going to take a quick break. We are talking about, closure and walking into new beginnings. I was glad I had these two here today. I'm really excited about it. Henry brought this up yesterday, the other Henry, but I have this Henry here to really expound on it, as well as Dr. Wilborn. I'm just really excited about this, y'all, because in order for us to have new beginnings, we got to drop the bags. We got to drop the nonsense. Excuse my language. You got to drop the BS so you can walk into the future. And we really need to open our eyes and see what's going on around us and not sit back. And we need to have those questions. And I want to ask you all, what type of questions should you be asking? Because like you said, we're having those blinders because that hand is a little too close to our face. So open your mind, y'all. This is Relationship Tuesday. We will be right back.
Hi, this is Bishop Henry Bolden. I'm so excited to have this opportunity to personally extend to you, your family, and your friends this invitation to join me for worship. That's right. Come experience God on a whole new level. Join me at Perfecting Life Church this week. Make weekend plans right now. Join me for our Tuesday night life service each and every Tuesday night at 6:45 p.m. Only 45 minutes. Come as you are, dressed comfortably. Bring your family and friends with you. Also, don't forget our electrifying Sunday morning worship experience at 9:45. That's right. Come as you are and watch God do something incredible for you. Join me, Perfecting Life Church, 2025 Whitney Avenue in the beautiful city of Gretna, Louisiana. Again, that's 2025 Whitney Avenue in Gretna, Louisiana. Listen, Perfecting Life Church is a place you can call home. Bring your faith, your friends, and your family. God bless you.
Isagenix is one of the fastest growing companies in the world because their products work. Their solutions and culture has redefined the health and wellness industry. Science backs their products and statistics back their success. But it's the people who make them successful. And I, Eileen Carter, have joined the Isagenix revolution. I've used the products and followed their system, and I swear by them. I'm on my journey of transformation and invite you to join me and try Isagenix today. Challenge yourself and change your life. Find information and testimonials at thegoodliferadioshow.isagenix.com. 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 Order yours today. Small businesses play an important role in society, and L&R Security is no different. L&R Security delivers safety and comfort to our neighborhoods, events, apartment communities, conventions, work sites, festivals, and your business. L&R Security can be reached at 504-943-3191 to ensure the safety of your employees, customers, family, friends, and you. L&R Security has made its mark in the security arena for over 37 years and will faithfully continue that tradition. Call today for your personalized consultation to ensure your security needs are met. L&R Security differentiates itself by creating partnerships with our clients and guards. We are now hiring armed and unarmed guard professionals, retired military, sheriffs, and PD to grow with us and impact our community. Be a part of the change with L&R Security. Call us now at 504-943-3191. 504-943-3191.
Attention Orleans property owners. You have until August 15th to visit your assessor about the value of your property. Visit the location nearest your home or file a formal appeal online at www.nolaassessor.com. Please bring documentation such as a recent appraisal, a builder's contract, photos, or insurance coverage of your property to review your assessment. This is a message from Assessor Errol G. Williams.
Looking for that perfect gift for a birthday, an anniversary, or how about just to brighten someone's day? Mona's Accents is your one-stop shop for beautiful floral arrangements that are indeed perfect for any special occasion. Dedicated to quality, freshness, and customer satisfaction, Mona's Accents will surely take care of all of your floral needs. So stop by the shop located at 2109 North Claiborne Avenue or call us at 504-944-7001 and let us arrange and deliver your floral gifts. Again, that's 504-944-7001, or you can order online at www.monasaccents.com. Mona's Accents, freshness, quality, and customer satisfaction guaranteed.
If someone asks what station you listen to, tell them you listen to the People Station, WBOK, 1230 AM, New Orleans. It's real talk for real times.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome back to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Relationship Tuesday, and we're here to open your mind. We are living the good life right here on WBOK 1230 AM. We are opening minds to living differently in the world with love, compassion, tolerance, and understanding for ourselves and hopefully everyone else. We do that right here weekdays at 11 a.m. Make sure you tune in. You never have to miss a show. We are live on Facebook. We're live on Instagram. The most underutilized button is the share button, so share, share, share. We want to make sure that if you want to join the Good Life Radio Show, you can give us a call at 504-400-7127, 504-400-7127. It's The Good Life. Our packages and rates are online at tglradioshow.com, tglradioshow.com. What are you laughing at over there, Henry?
A crazy meme I just saw, man.
What a crazy meme. Well, Michael Hughes is watching us online, and he said he has dealt with a lot because of physical attractions. He says it's true. We do see and ignore, and he's done it and regrets it. And, Michael, you are like so many of us. Trust me. And so during the break, you know, I was giving them a scenario, but I didn't kind of give it all to them. And they were like, no, give it all to them. So I'm going to give a scenario about closure. I'll tell you, you know, it kind of feels like a movie where you get like the end of it, and then you go back and tell it. So that's how it happened. I had a friend call me last night, and I was able to walk her through closure without her getting it from the guy. Now, I will say this, that this isn't gender neutral. I mean, gender specific. This is, you know, a woman could be doing this or a man can be doing this. I don't believe it's a certain gender. I believe it's a certain type of person. And so if y'all can diagnose a certain type of person, we'd love to know so we can see the red flags. So long story short, it was a guy who is in multiple relationships at one time, in multiple cities at the same time, and building relationships with different levels of relationships and having different personalities and doing different things with different people.
Right.
But kind of creating himself as the perfect person with that particular person. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yep, that's
like adapting himself to each person as he goes around. But the conversation was like, you know, like a child's mother in one state, you know, got babies on the way. Here has, you know, at least, you know, a long-term girlfriend in one city, has 3 or 4 other girlfriends in that same city, and people in other cities, as well as she brought up the conversation of she feels like he might be bisexual. And so, look, I threw a thing at you because multiple of them had that same conversation. So throwing that in there, you know, she tried to read and diagnose that, you know, sometimes you try to cover up certain situations by being, she's like, he's a whoremonger, by being a whoremonger, whether it's male or female, you know, trying to cover up something because you're not willing to open yourself up. But does that help you a little bit?
I think so.
Does that help you to give you a little bit
I
more
think so.
conversation?
Got my
More
attention.
context.
So, look, that's a lot going on.
Yes.
Right.
That's a lot going on.
It's common.
But, like, that's my question.
Very common.
Is it common? Because,
Yeah.
she was like, I didn't think anybody does that type of thing. So, counting the women, they were at on a minimum 6. On a minimum 6.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But having conversations of marriage with some, and I would never want to have children with others,
But he got kids with other people.
but has kids with other
Yeah.
people, and didn't tell others that he had babies on the way.
Yeah.
But kind of slid it in, but not really.
That actually happened to me. Is the person a truck
Really?
driver?
No, it is not a truck driver.
It's
But
a truck driver.
if I could, I would not disclose information and names. But ladies, beware, beware.
Yeah, that actually happened to me.
Look, a wolf in sheep's clothing.
I want to hear about this.
They look
Tell
all,
us, Dr.
look, they look
Wilborn.
all pretty on the outside, but snap crazy on the inside. Go
What
ahead,
happened to
Dr.
you? Let me
Wilborn.
hear
What
this.
happened?
It's crazy. So, that situation was crazy. So, I was dating a guy who actually happened to be a truck driver, and the relationship got serious. I mean, it got serious to the extent that we were talking about marriage, and this person really did feel like the one. And I was a bit skeptical because he was a truck driver, and there's things that have been said about truck drivers having relationships across, states.
Because
and
they travel.
Yeah, because they
Right.
travel, and they could literally have a life somewhere else, and you wouldn't know about it. And this person was adamant that was not the case. Well, eventually, I don't remember everything because it was years ago, but eventually it turned out that this person, that I was one of many. He had a child on the way, and actually how I found out this person ended up being incarcerated for trafficking humans across international lines. And this person ended up going to jail, and it was during that time that I realized, it started to come out that he had multiple people. I went to visit he transitioned, let me fast forward. Went to visit when he was released and had to do a halfway house sort of situation. And as I was leaving, one of the children's mother showed up with the new baby and was like, "Hi, here's the baby." And I'm like, who this woman?
Right.
Who this woman? And so it turned out she was one of many. There was another one had, other children, and I was that person. And this person was still confessing his love for me and his desire to be with me. And I was like, boy, we're not doing this. Absolutely not. I mean, I was a single mother. But for me, what I wanted him to be was, one, I wanted him to be my husband, but I also wanted him to be my son's, stepfather. I wanted my son, because I felt like my son deserved to have a father in his house. I mean, my son knows his biological father and has a relationship with him, but I wanted him to have someone in the home. And I ignored the signs, because the signs were there. He would travel. He used to travel with his little duffel bag, and when he would visit, and I used to tell him, I hate that duffel bag, because I know that duffel bag has been on multiple floors, not just mine. And he would laugh, and I'm like, I'm not playing. I know this duffel bag done been somewhere. But I ignored those signs, and I ignored my internal advisor, which is my body. We all have that internal advisor, which is our body, but we don't listen to it. And so I ignored my internal advisor, and she was right. She ended up being right. So I'm not sure exactly what the context is and how that necessarily connects with what you were talking about, but the signs were there, and I saw it. I knew it.
It's the same thing. Why? And I'm saying this because there's so many women and men who have been out there and who have not gotten closure from a situation. And when you find out that you've been in a situation where it's been multiple, and you can't count them on a hand, because you're like, no, it's been me, it's this, and they're still saying you love them, and they're just adding numbers, and you got out the bed with her, you came and jogged with them, and then you got back in the bed with her. How does that, I just, in my good life mind, how does that happen? But then, I listen to so many women and men who are like, women do this and men do this, and they just juggle. When did that become a norm where you speak to someone, and lots of people have been in relationships, or at least like cancer. Like everybody knows somebody that had cancer. Everybody knows somebody that's been in this type of relationship.
Right.
And you don't have, like, when you feel like I just it's next level. I just, like, next level.
What makes it next level, though? Because when I hear it, it's like it happens to me. So what happened to me didn't seem next level. It just felt like you saw the signs, you ignored it. You wanted it so bad that you chose to ignore what those signs were. Mm-hmm. When I finally realized that, that this person had multiple people and was not being truthful, mm-hmm. I had to go back to, but this is not what you wanted. So for me, the closure was easier because I didn't care that he was telling me he loved me. I didn't care that, he was dismissing the importance of these other women. For me, I had to go back to, I know what I need, and I know that you can't give it to me. You've lied about it. I can't afford to have this kind of person in my life. And so closure was easy for me. Mm-hmm. It wasn't easy for homeboy, but it was real easy for me because I knew that's not what I wanted.
Right.
Well, was it a long distance relationship, or
no,
y'all lived in the same
It was not.
city?
We were living in the same city.
Not this city, huh?
No.
Yeah,
it was
this
somewhere
city
else.
too small.
Yeah, the city, exactly. It was a whole nother city.
But I'm telling you, all that other stuff was hooking players right here in New Orleans.
Yeah. This city is small, but it ain't that small. When folk want to do what they want to do, they can do it. But no, it was not in this city.
So, Henry, what are your thoughts? And again, I say this does go both ways. It's not just a male or a female thing, But, obviously I'm speaking from a woman's point of view because I talk to my girls and, ladies. And I was walking someone through closure last night. I literally did not sleep last night because I was helping her find closure. And that's why it's so heavy on my heart this morning, because I'm just like, people really do this to other people. Like, that's just mean. Like, it's just mean. It's disrespectful. It's just like, do you even respect yourself? Like, you can't. Like, do they feel?
It depends how you look at it.
Right. Like, do they
for
feel?
you, it's about feelings. Not you, but some people it's about feelings. For other people, it's a game. So it's cool amongst men when you got, not everybody, but if a man's telling a story, I got 7 chicks and I got, this and this. And
7 chicks? Like, how you tired? How okay. No,
well, it's a game. So when you can run game on this one and run game on this one, and people are naive and they believe in any little thing you say, I've always felt like a lot of people are gullible. Mm-hmm. So if you really pipe down and then just think about if this even makes sense, like you can't just go off what somebody say, I got to go work overnight for the next 4 days and they don't come home, stuff like that. They're out of town for certain holidays. You never met their parents. I mean, there's so many different signs, and if you're going to accept that, then some people are just going to run with it. So, okay, I got you on the side. I got some other dummies on the side too. I feel like pipe down and say, look, certain things you're just not going to tolerate. So you can have 6 dummies, but you ain't going to have me. I'm not going to be included in that mix.
Right.
That's how you got to look at it. So,
that's real talk.
Yeah, I mean, people are going to do what you allow them to do. Usually. I mean, some people are good-hearted people, and they just wouldn't do that. I know people that wouldn't do that. But
me,
Well, you're a woman. but I'm saying a lot of men will do that if you allow them to do it. So if they can get away with it, it's a fair game.
And it goes back to what I was talking about last week about the whole non-negotiable things.
Right.
We negotiate a lot, women do, because I wouldn't say, Henry used the term dummies. I'll let him own that term. But, I mean, certainly vulnerable, lonely, for women, especially as we start getting older, that becomes an issue if you don't have children or if you want more children. If you are a woman who you already have a child, you might be looking for a partner to parent your child. I mean, and so there's so much vulnerability that plays into why we would negotiate some of the things that we negotiate in relationships. And so I don't think that women give men enough credit because men see it. Women, and I'm sure you've had these conversations with your girls, and we think men are dummies sometimes.
Yeah,
we're like, girl, he don't know.
We dummies on another level. That's right.
But you all are paying attention.
Right,
you all are paying attention more than we give you credit for. And so when men see those men who are looking to capitalize off of vulnerable women see access and opportunity. I think they do. They capitalize off of it. And there's some women who they're willing to be down with it. They don't mind as long as you come around and, y'all do whatever y'all do. They don't mind this and that. But some women are like, no, I'm not going for it. And so you have to decide which one, if we're talking about women, because I know you said earlier that it's not really gender specific, but women do tend to be more relational. And so while women are also cheaters, we tend not to be serial cheaters, if you will, and have multiple partners. You have to decide what woman you're going to be.
We're going to have an emotional relationship.
Well, because for us, sex is relational. For men, sex doesn't necessarily mean that, right, Henry?
Right. Women get tricked out of their bodies. Men get tricked out of their money.
Well, they are here on The Good Life. They're not on the other side of the glass. We are opening minds to living differently in the world. So we have been talking about new beginnings this week, but in order to have a new beginning, you need to have some form of closure. We gave some eccentric real life stories, unfortunately, and I'm sorry for those ladies who are going through this, but I will say, own your own closure. You don't need a man to give it to you. Men, if you're in a relationship, you do not need a woman to give you that closure. You can own your own closure. So we're going to talk about, stepping into that new beginning. We talked about some of the hard stuff, some of the just crazy relationships, the stuff that goes on, but how do you actually walk into that new beginning? Because if you're walking from a new beginning, you're walking away from a pain or a past. So I wanted to get to that point so we can talk about the new beginning. It's a good life, y'all. We are here on Relationship Tuesday. I have Dr. Tammy Wilborn, and I have our residential, what do I call you? Our residential relationship therapist. Our resident relationship therapist, Henry Bolden. And actually, why do I keep saying Bolden?
I don't know who this guy is.
Jolly.
I'm going to have to start listening.
He's on Monday.
See if he's comparable
That's
to
so
me.
funny. Give us your phone number real quick, Henry.
Henry Jolly.
Henry Jolly, because he makes you jolly.
Yeah.
He makes you jolly. He gets you excited.
504-259-8671.
And Dr. Wilborn, your phone number?
504-509-3995.
We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. It's Relationship Tuesday, y'all.
Hi, I'm Henry Jolly, your relationship expert and nationally certified counselor. Everyone at some point in their life goes through struggles. I am a firm believer that people have the ability to will themselves into good situations, but sometimes they may need some assistance. Being a loving husband, father, and successful businessman while having a passion for the counseling profession has allowed me to gain experience with a variety of these struggles. Let's work together to achieve your individual, family, or marital potential. Come and see me at the New Orleans Growth Center, located at 3712 MacArthur Boulevard on the West Bank in Suite 209. You can reach me at 504-259-8671 or by email, which is henry.jolly@yahoo.com. Thanks for your time, and I'm looking forward to working with you soon.
Isagenix is one of the fastest growing companies in the world because their products work. Their solutions and culture has redefined the health and wellness industry. Science backs their products and statistics back their success. But it's the people who make them successful. And I, Eileen Carter, have joined the Isagenix revolution. I've used the products and followed their system, and I swear by them. I'm on my journey of transformation and invite you to join me and try Isagenix today. Challenge yourself and change your life. Find information and testimonials at thegoodliferadioshow.isagenix.com. 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 Order yours today.
Do you need to sell your home fast? You should call NOLA Homes Project and join the hundreds of motivated sellers that receive big paychecks for their homes. We're part of a large group of experienced real estate developers who are currently looking for homes in your area. It doesn't matter the reason, inheriting unwanted property, facing foreclosure, problem tenants, we can make a fair offer on your home within 24 hours, close very quickly, and we buy in its as-is condition. Also, if you ever thought about making money flipping homes right here in the local area, then you should call NOLA Homes Project and join the area's #1 real estate mentoring program. Earn while you learn our system on how to find properties to flip, how to evaluate deals quickly, and how to use other people's money to fund your real estate deals. In fact, if the property looks good for a rehab, we'll put up 100% of the money for your deals. Call NOLA Homes Project today at 504-322-1536, 322-1536, or go to NOLAHomesProject.com.
Are you tired of missing teeth? Are your dentals or partials loose? Do your teeth prevent you from eating the foods that you love? If this sounds familiar to you, then you probably need dental implants. If implants are for you, then here is what you do. Call NOLA Periodontics at 504-875-3770 right now for your dental implant consultation. Remember, if implants are for you, call Dr. B. That's NOLA Periodontics at 504-875-3770. 504-875-3770. Medicaid not accepted.
Do you need to sell your home fast? You should call NOLA Homes Project and join the hundreds of motivated sellers that receive big paychecks for their homes. We're part of a large group of experienced real estate developers who are currently looking for homes in your area. It doesn't matter the reason, inheriting unwanted property, facing foreclosure, problem tenants, we can make a fair offer on your home within 24 hours, close very quickly, and we buy in its as-is condition. Also, if you ever thought about making money flipping homes right here in the local area, then you should call NOLA Homes Project and join the area's #1 real estate mentoring program. Earn while you learn our system on how to find properties to flip, how to evaluate deals quickly, and how to use other people's money to fund your real estate deals. In fact, if the property looks good for a rehab, we'll put up 100% of the money for your deals. Call NOLA Homes Project today at 504-322-1536, 322-1536, or go to NOLAHomesProject.com.
Visit H&W Drugstore, African American owned and operated, servicing the New Orleans community for over 50 years. Experience fast, friendly, courteous, and caring service every time. Let our knowledgeable and friendly staff take care of all your prescription needs. Same medicine, same copay, if not lower than the big box pharmacies. H&W Drugstore has 2 convenient locations to serve you. 8454 Morrison Road, inside USA Market in New Orleans East, and 1951 Barataria Boulevard, inside Budget Saver Grocery Store in Marrero. H&W Drugstore is African American owned and operated. Call us today at 504-244-3784. H&W Drugstore, knowledgeable, friendly, and here to take care of all your prescription needs.
If someone asks what station you listen to, tell them you listen to the People Station. WBOK, 1230 AM, New Orleans. It's real talk for real times.
Good morning, and welcome back to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on Relationship Tuesday, and we're here to open your mind. We are living the good life right here on WBOK 1230 AM. We are opening minds, living differently in the world with Motivational Monday, Relationship Tuesday, Wellness Wednesday, Gumbo Talk Thursday, and Freedom Friday. Never miss a show. We are opening minds. We are releasing them. We will have a special guest, Trey Spadoni. He will be here on Friday. He will tell his story. He used to be a little playboy, used to be all that thing. Today he is a family man. What transformed him? How did he create that new beginning? He is a tattoo artist. He is known worldwide, international, y'all, next level. And actually, we have a very special video, well, a very special live video. Number one, y'all should watch us on Facebook and Instagram Live, because you do not know what's going to come out of my mouth. And Dr. Tammy just brought it to my attention. Yes, I am delirious. I have not slept. I was walking somebody through a closure of a relationship last night, and I am responsible for the words coming out my mouth, but I'm next level don't care, because people are mean, and it's just ridiculous, and they need to be called out on their stuff. We need to take accountability. And when you know, guys and girls, I want to say this. Yes, guys, when you know your boy is dating 7 women and he's messing people's hearts, you know hurt people hurt people. So those 7 women are then going into another relationship where they may like hurt the man, and then that man is in hurting, and it's a trickle effect. If you know, if ladies, if you know a woman who like plays on men's hearts, steals their money and all this, it's not okay. You should tell her something. If you're her friend, if he's your boy, you should say something. Dude, what you're doing is not okay. Like, you know, you don't have to give him, like, you know, the State of the Union,
Eileen,
but you can definitely say something.
We high-fiving each other.
We are?
Men are high-fiving each other for that. There's no way, nobody.
Henry.
That's just what's happening. I'm just telling the truth. That's what's going on.
Well, what happens when they have all these children? Are their friends going to babysit them? Because also
that's dumb on their
also
part.
True story.
If you go out there making
story.
babies with
Yes.
all these girls, you just hurting yourself.
Not covered.
And hurting
the story you told
too.
me, not covered.
No, I got you.
Everybody go see the doctor.
Well, it's like this.
Yes.
And a lot of this have nothing to do with you, Eileen, all right? Because I've been saying this for years before I knew who your name was, all right?
Oh, Lord.
But a lot of times, man, it's single women in their 30s. They don't understand this when I say this. You have precious time right now, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Your time is so precious. Everybody's getting older. Looks are going to fade eventually. It's just going to happen. You can have all the plastic surgery all you want. There's no way that at 55 you're going to look like you are 21. It's just not going to happen, okay? So you don't have time to waste in these relationships, and you're not seeing the signs and the red flags. You got to look at every single thing. I believe when you're on a date in your 30s, it should be like a job interview. You're trying to find out, let's get to the point early. And even as a man, for the men, you don't have time to waste either. Your hair going to start falling out. You're going to start having a gut. I mean, it's just going to happen. Not everybody, but, you know, for the most part. So I feel like this. You need to get down to the bottom of it. If you don't want a chick that's promiscuous, man, try to score on the first date. Try. Well, she might give it to you. You might say, well, that's it for her. I can't put her in the wife category. Move on to the next. You got to get to the point as quickly as possible. That does not mean rush into a relationship. That means weed through the bull crap quickly. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. Nobody has time when they, 35 years old to be wasting 7 years in a relationship, and now you're 42, and, your youth is just passing you by because you just ignoring big glaring problems that you
sirens.
You should have been seeing that early. So you know what? Maybe this person is just meant to be a good friend for me. You don't have to be in a relationship.
Yes.
Look, they cool.
Yes.
Maybe we can help each other be better people.
Yes.
Maybe you never know. Y'all may find somebody more compatible for each other. I mean, you just never know.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all I had to say about that.
No, but I 100% agree.
But yeah, some women, they just be like, oh no, I'm not. Basically like feeling like there is no clock ticking in their head, but there's a clock for everything. Mm-hmm. When you in elementary school, you got to get it together for when you go to high school. You got to get it together. You got to start maturing some. When you're in high school, you want to finish college, you better pipe down and start getting disciplined, because there's a time limit here. So you gotta realize that and go for it.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Dr. Wilborn, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, I mean, I think what Henry's saying is definitely important, and it makes sense. And I don't even know if it's just about the time frame, because I think that there are younger people before 30 who know, exact. Like you were saying, when you when you were a younger man, you knew you wanted to be married. And so sometimes that principle and the timepiece is not really so much a factor, but I always go back to principles. I mean, I'm going to always go back to that. And so even in Henry's example, you know, if you're a man and you know that your principle is you want to be married, and so a woman who is promiscuous is out of the question, because you have that principle, it makes those conversations easier to have in the beginning, as opposed to trying to figure it out on the back end. If you know what your value is, or you know what it is that you want, it's easier for you to kind of sift through the BS in the beginning. But a lot of times, folks don't know what they want or what it is or who they want. And so, to Henry's point, everybody seems like a potential, because you don't really have a sense of who your prospect is and who it's not. So, you know, is this the husband? Is this the one?
So you're like a kid in a candy store. Everything looks like a new beginning. Everything's a new beginning.
And that's what typically happens. You know, he show up, we meet him in the club, or we meet him in wherever, some random place that we meet him, and it's always, is this the one? But if you knew what the one looks like for you, it would be easy for you to be like, nope, not Tyrone. Nope, not Darius. Not
you
that one.
You better call Tyrone.
Yep.
But come on, Lee, get that. Call him. We have Leon online, too. Leon, welcome to the Good Life Radio Show. You are on with Eileen, Henry, and Dr. Wilborn.
What's going on, Queen, and Dr. Wilborn? What's up, Queen?
I am blessed.
Hello. I from an African point of view, because everything I'm hearing is from a European point of view, in terms of how we look at relationship and marriage.
Mm-hmm.
You know, African culture, way before the Europeans even ever came in there and gave us these different type of religions. Man, it just happened, man. Everybody took care of everybody. The woman she didn't have to worry about being taken care of. It was beautiful how it was done. You know, it was no, if somebody died out in the family, we knew the village was going to take care of everybody. The family, if you married into the family took care of the family.
Mm-hmm.
The family, all the family. You know, and now we down to the classism part of this stuff now. You know, what we down to, is she promiscuous? Or does he got this, or do he got that? Or, love is, I always hear people say love is love, But now we put the labels on it so much the last 50 years, we didn't come to, and we wonder why we got a lot of divorce court going on. And because with all this here, and I understand where y'all coming from, but man, sometimes you got to, let it, just, hey, this my brother, and I understand we got all this shit out here, I mean, we got our sexual STDs and all this stuff out here, but man, sometimes we add too much and let what our ancestors gave us be natural. And now you get there now because we got the PhDs and we got the this and these and everybody this and everybody that. But man, sometimes you let it. One of the beautiful relationships I've ever seen is when the African king and queen is all just coincide together. Ain't nobody leaving nobody on their past. Ain't nobody leaving nobody. It just happens. And, how we get there and this time where we at, well, we all over the place in terms of how we see each other. That's what we got to figure out. Because these young people, man, they watching the old cats done this stuff, man, and they gave their own queens enslavement of the mind, calling and putting them out there as pimps and putting them out there as prostitutes instead of fighting that system. And I'm just trying to see today we doing that same stuff.
We have a couple minutes left. I'm going to let them respond to your comment.
I understand where y'all coming from, but how we get there?
Yeah, I'm going to let them respond to your comment. Thank you so much, Leon. Dr. Wilborn, Henry?
I mean, for me, I can appreciate the idea that we have to kind of get back to those the ancestral principles about family and love and all this other stuff. But a lot of us don't know that, right? So it's like, how do I love within the context of where I am? I mean, for me, it goes back to principle. I keep going back to that is, what are the principles that you have for yourself that will make you feel loved and respected and that you matter in relationship, and how do you communicate that truthfully to the person that you're with, recognizing that not everybody that you meet is that person that needs to know all of that. And so I just keep going back to principles and making sure that you're clear about what your principles are and not negotiating your principles as we often do.
Right. So when you're starting a new beginning, know what your principles are.
Yeah, know what they are. Have a vision for yourself, for your life, for your relationship, and what that looks like. And then be open to what that looks like when it enters your life.
Mm-hmm. Henry, but beware and be able to know when they're red flags and when they aren't.
Exactly.
Like if they're not meeting up with the principal, then it's the red flag.
And be willing to walk away.
And be
you
willing
can see
to walk
it.
away.
Oh, but I don't want to be by myself. But you're gonna be by yourself anyway.
Right. Ooh, but you're gonna be by yourself anyway. Henry, your thoughts?
I agree. I feel like when you enter a relationship, you should have a checklist, and that way it's real easy to find out if I want to even give this a shot or I don't. It's real easy. So you should have in mind what your definition of a wife is or what your definition of a husband is. And if you don't want to be married, at least have a definition of what a boyfriend or a girlfriend is. That way you could look clearly and see, okay, this person meets the job requirements. Okay, it's like a job interview, you know. So
it is.
In some things you may be able to look past, but other things, nah, I can't.
Right.
I can't do that.
Right. You can't do that. I want to thank both of you for being here. Quickly, if you could give us your phone numbers again. We have Dr. Wilborn. Give us your phone number on how someone can contact you if they want to reach you for your services.
So it's Wilborn Clinical Services, area code 504-509-3995, or you can email me at info@Wilborn Clinical Services, or you can go on the web, wilbornclinicalservices.com.
Henry, jolly. Because after a therapy session with you, they are jolly. Tell us how they can contact you.
Yep, my phone number is 504-259-8671. Once again, that's 504-259-8671.
I want to thank everyone for tuning in to Relationship Tuesday. And please go online, share the show. It's on Instagram and Facebook right now, live. It will be, uploaded in the next 2 minutes. This week is about new beginnings, but in order to step into a new beginning, you have to have closure. So we want you to be able to have closure, and you're not always going to get it with that other person. Take your power and do what you need to do for yourself. Love yourself. But as you are walking into that new beginning, both Henry and Dr. Wilborn said, have that checklist, have those principles, have those non-negotiables, and be willing to be strong in those when you see something and those sirens go off. Open your mind, y'all. We do not want y'all to get stuck. We want you to walk into your destiny, into your greatness, and to love yourself as well as others. Thanks so much for tuning in. I am your host, Eileen Carter. We will be back tomorrow with Wellness Wednesday. We have a surprise tomorrow. We have a brand new club that's starting. For all of you who've been listening, you kind of know what it is, but it's going to pop off tomorrow. I'm really excited, so you'll get all of that information. I can't tell you now. You gotta tune in tomorrow. It's good life, y'all, and I'm out.